Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back. It's the Trigger, Rich Bontrager, here on a Thursday, helping you shine on camera, helping you shine on stage so you and your brand authority get elevated higher and higher. I work with a lot of different speakers, authors, influencers in a lot of different categories, but one of the funnest one is authors. Authors are a blast. You guys are creatives. You guys write stories, you come up with new ideas, you motivate people, you challenge people. Authors are a unique breed, and I have the privilege of working with authors in the National Speakers Association, with one of our streaming shows that I conduct, and many other authors. And one way I do that is with book launches. And I've been getting more emails and conversations wrapped around what exactly is the value of a book launch? Why do you want to do this? What all goes into it, Trigger? Because they really have no idea sometimes. They're used to still, many of us are still thinking, let's go to a speech, give a book launch party, be in the back table, be at Barnes and Noble, wherever it is. And as we know, many of the brick and mortar places we used to go are gone. You can't just set up a table anymore and be in the back of the room. Now, I have heard some very interesting things lately. I was at a convention listening to a speaker talk about books and promotional efforts. That's one aspect of a book launch, which we'll touch on here in a second. But he was actually even telling you, if you go into a bookstore and if you have some of your books with you, you just happen to have them with you, drop one on a shelf and just leave it. Yes, it's a giveaway. But the idea is if you put it on the right shelf in the right category, someone will pick up the book, someone will go to the counter and say, I don't see a price tag on this. Can you help me? And they'll start typing in the computer and they'll start trying to figure out what's going on. And it's not in their catalog because it's not part of their system. And what they ended up doing is sometimes they will actually order the book from Amazon right off your page because they want to sell the book. And then they start reading about it and they'll actually put you on your shelves. That's a unique way to get promotion and leverage books. Book launch parties that I do are not always necessarily about selling the book. I didn't make that very clear. There's selling the book and there's selling you. They overlap, but they are two different things. Think about this. Your book is a product of you, the creative, the author, the genius that is at the keyboard, that is working with it and putting out the book. You are the genius behind it. So often I work with authors and they are literally behind the book. They're hiding behind the book. The book is so out front, so seen that the author, the genius, the expert is not seen. Now, that's great for book sales. However, is that great for you, the expert, the authority that want to get seen, get heard, get booked, and expand your reach and your knowledge to help more people? That's what a book launch does. A book launch helps you with media assets to help you get seen and heard in a whole new way. And it rolls on and on. Book launches are the long tail and the back end of a job well done for creating the book. Authors often get done with the book and they're like, oh, my brand new baby. My brand new baby. I got my book. I love my book. It's fantastic. And yes, they are. They are. And then they look around the room and they begin to wonder, besides Amazon, which is great, what else can I do with my book? How else can I leverage this? What do I do 3 months, 4 months after the book is out and the sales start to drop a little bit? What can you do to kick it back up again? And that's the power of a book launch. A book launch will give you a media asset to help you be seen and be heard, and you can reuse it and reuse it and reuse it. Now, book launches are great for assembling a crowd. You do want to assemble a crowd. So book launches will get you a crowd. Bring your people in, have a good time. I run the book launch where it's a full interactive engagement for 1 hour long. Don't make your book launch too long and don't make it too short. You want to make this an event. You want to make this a fun time. I've been privileged to do some that are in person, hybrid. The combination is endless. And the more creative you get with your book launches, the more response you get out of them. And you can swap from genre to genre from different things. But your book launch becomes that circus event for you, the author, that gets seen and heard Yes, you're going to talk about the book. Yes, you're going to talk about what's inside, the value of it, the story, the content, but you're also going to talk about you. The interviewer, the host should highlight you as the expert. What made you write that book? Are there any part of you in this story? What else can we learn? And you expand besides just promoting the book. Anyone can promote a book, but you want to also promote you as an expert again. So now you have video content at the end of your live event. I run live virtual shows. The book launch party gets done. We've done a great live event. We have people we invite, we encourage, we give away prizes. The prizes are a fun thing. People love to get a prize. Doesn't matter what the prize is. People just love to win. We spin the wheel, we have a good time. People cheer, they laugh, and then you give away some prizes. So now you have happy, satisfied people. During the book launch, you also get to thread out and talk about where you go buy my book. Great lead magnet time here when you do that during the book launch. Your lead magnet time will take you to your Amazon, take you to your website, drive them right to the heart of your website, whether it's a full landing page, whether it's a full website. Use your book launch to drive people to where you want them to go to get the book. Give them a free offer. Hey, everyone here today gets the first 3 chapters of my book free. There you go. They'll get hooked on the book. They're getting excited about that. They're going to go buy the book at the different links you gave everybody. Your book launch party is bang. And then you start getting them in your circle, Part of my book launch package also includes the idea that you get all the contacts that came to your event. I will give you the contacts so you can personally reach back out and say, thank you. Hey, congratulations. You won the grand prize. Great to be in touch with you. There's so much you can do to leverage that list to keep expanding your reach. The book launch party also has an evergreen content provider. And don't just do the book launch. Reshare the book launch every 3-4 months. Reshare your book launch. Have a relaunch. There's nothing wrong with relaunching your book. There were a lot of people that I work with during the pandemic that their book dropped, and they didn't launch. It failed to launch. One of the biggest calls I get is, Rich, I've been sitting on a book for 2 years. Can I do a book launch? Would it be okay if I do a book launch on a book that never really ever launched, but I sold some? I have it. We didn't do a big wow. Yes, do a book launch. Do a relaunch. Do whatever you want to do to leverage media for you as an authority. The author gets a copy of the book launch. Always give them a copy of the book launch whenever you do a book launch. If you're an author, make sure you get a copy of it. This is your book launch. Now, it may be a link, it may be the full content, whenever it is, but do that. Also, curated content. Out of the book launch comes curated content. Those micro clips that we're seeing on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you want those clips. You want those clips so you can drive people back by doing a short clip, put the notation, put a hot link back to your landing page again, back to your Amazon. You see, it's a funnel. You're creating media assets to launch your book. And at the center of it all is you. And I'm going to go back to that because I want to make sure you understand. You can produce a lot of books. And I know of authors that have done 3, 4, 5. The book is what everyone's really gobbling up. On the front side, they are. They're gobbling up the books. They're eating up your brand new books. They can't wait for your brand new book. But behind it is you, the author, the expert. How are you leveraging that? How are you leveraging the fact that you are the expert of this? I was just on a call the other night talking with some people about this concept of you being the genius of your book, and you are the media brand expert. And their mind was not thinking that way. The book is the expert. The book is the product, Rich. We should be pushing out our book. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. And then I just flat out said, well, why is your picture on the back of the book? And why does it recognize all your accolades and all the things you got going on? And they stopped and they said, well, I want to be known. And they stopped and they said, oh, I want to be known, but I haven't leveraged media to be known. I've leveraged my book to be known, but I haven't leveraged media to get known. We live in a media centric world now, authors. We live in a world where media matters greatly. So when you have a book launch, when you have an event, you're going to leverage that over and over and over again. It's not a one time shot with a book launch. This is the beginning of you creating part of that media empire, helping you shine, be seen, be heard. And when you do your book launch, make sure the one interviewing you, hosting it, focuses on you. And they give you great questions. Your job during your book launch is to shine and shine and shine brighter and brighter. Book launches are absolutely incredible. They are a blast to do. And if you want to learn more about book launches, just go to rockthestagemedia.com. Take a look at what we're doing. Take a look at how we assemble so many peaches. Oh, one of the other fun things about book launches are you can surprise the author. Oh, yeah, this is the author's party. This is about their book, but you can surprise the author. Remember the old TV show? This is going to date me. The old TV show with Art Linkletter, This Is Your Life. They would put someone in the hot chair, sometimes in a live audience, and then they would go through their childhood, their early years. They would go through things like that. And then they would bring a voice on, nobody on stage yet, a voice from this person's past, and they would begin to tell a story about they can remember them when. Why not do that during the book launch? Why not bring in a surprise guest and have the author be sitting there going, who is that? Wait. And the story goes on and it creates excitement. It creates interest in the author. And then the author becomes more powerful, more influential with a greater reach because their book launch party was more than a book launch. It was more than just making more sales and getting more books sold. The book launch was about them, and they have media assets go longer and longer and longer. There's power in media, authors. There's power in learning how to leverage media and get media that's going to have a big impact for you. Think about it. The power of a book launch. Authors, what are you doing now to prepare for your next book launch to make sure it flies? We plan for it, we work for it, we craft it, we create it. And what's going to happen on the backside that keeps it going for a long, long time? And that's going to do it for today, 2 p.m. with The Trigger. Thinking about authors. I love you. And it's great to be connected with you. And it's great supporting you with book launches and other media assets that we create at Rock the Stage Media. Any questions, always contact me, rich@richbontrager.net. That's rich@richbontrager.net. And perhaps we'll see you at our next